Hello students, right here again today. Today we're starting book notes for Chapter 3, Matter, Property, and Changes. In Chapter 3, today you're going to be doing Section 3.1, which is Properties of Matter. Later, the other sections will do Changes of Matter, Mixtures of Matter, Elements, and Compounds. As always, take some good notes as you're going through here. You've already got some things as you've done Hummer notes. Add any other additional things. Reading the textbook, you might find some more things there too. Take good notes. Good learning tool. Helps you on your quiz. Objectives for Section 3.1, things you need to key on. Characteristics of a substance, differences between physical and chemical properties, and differentiated amongst physical states of matter. Review vocab, know what density is. I'm going to keep coming back that term over and over again as we go through the year. Lots of new vocab we're going to come along to with. Make sure you get good definitions for all those as we get to them. Main idea, most common substances exist as solids, liquids, and gases, have diverse physical and chemical properties. Old thing here again, matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. Matter, pretty much everything around us. Matter with a uniform and unchanging composition is a substance. Yeah, in chemistry we deal with solids, liquids, and gases called the states of matter. There are at least a couple other states of matter. They're called plasma. We dealt with these in physical science briefly. And then there's a thing called the Bose-Einstein condensate. And there are other things that sometimes are considered phases of matter or states of matter, but typically we talk about 5 main ones. But in chemistry, we only have to deal with the 3 common ones here on the Earth. So solids, definite shape, definite volume. Liquids, definite volume, but shape of the container. And then there's a couple pictures kind of illustrating what they look like. Here's the gas, no definite shape or volume, expand to fill their container. So particles spread out a lot. Vapor, a special type of gas. It's a gaseous state of substance. It's normally a solid or liquid, room temperature. So we talk about water vapor. That's the gaseous water. But we would say oxygen gas, because oxygen is a gas at room temperature, so we call it a gas. Water is a liquid at room temperature, we can call it a vapor. We could also say gaseous water. So, similar but different. Gases and vapor. Physical properties, characteristically observed or changed without changing the composition. So, some physical properties illustrated in the chart here. Its state, whether it's a solid, liquid, or gas. Its melting point. Its boiling point. Its density. All physical properties. We can determine these without changing the state or changing the composition. If we're going to determine, as it says in here, the boiling point of water at 100 degrees Celsius, we could take a beaker of water, start to boil it. Gas up, boiling, and we find it boils at 100 degrees Celsius. But it's H2O over here, and as it boils, it's still H2O. Composition did not change. Looks a lot different. The composition's the same. Then a couple of types of properties. Extensive property, intensive property. Now, intensive, I'm going to talk about first a little bit. Density. It's intensive. Depends on what the substance is, not how much. The property's in there. Doesn't matter how much we have. It's in there. Intensive. Extensive means it's going to extend or get bigger. So if you have a bigger piece, you got more mass. If you have a bigger piece, you got more length. If you have a bigger piece, you have more volume. All extensive properties. They extend, depending on the amount of substance present. So you'll need to be able to identify things as extensive, intensive. Need to be able to identify properties as either physical or chemical. So, ability for a substance to combine or change into one or more other substances called chemical properties. Rusty, chemical property. Turning green, corrosion, chemical property. A substance can change form. An important concept in chemistry. We observe properties of matter. These properties of matter change with environmental conditions like temperature, pressure. Temperature goes up, it might change into a gas. Temperature goes up, it might melt. Pressure can cause it to change states. These things can cause the density to change. They can cause the melting point to change. So lots of things can change. Density is what kind of a property? And earlier we said it was intensive, not atomic. Extensive makes sense. Dependent and atomic just make no sense for a kind of property, but intensive makes sense to do. And what defines a gas? No definite shape or volume. Okay, gases have a definite, look at it, the other one's a definite volume and shape. That would have been a solid. Gases have a definite volume, but take the shape of their container. That would have been a liquid. And this one doesn't match anything at all. It has a definite shape, but no definite volume. This doesn't work for any of them, but the first two were solids and liquids. So, a little bit more on section 3.1 again. Sure, got any other additional details you need that you didn't already have written down as you looked at this video, looked at the notes, read the book? Yeah, know this stuff. That's all for now.